Good morning, grade 7 students. Today we're going to focus on how to change direct speech to indirect speech. First off, let's try to recall what is a direct speech. It is a sentence with the exact words used by a speaker or writer, whereas an indirect speech is a report of what has been said but does not use the actual words that the speaker uttered. In an indirect speech, the focus is not on the exact words of the speaker, but on the message of the speaker. That's why it doesn't use the actual words of the speaker. Let us see the differences between the two. Look at the examples I'll be showing you. Okay, this is an example of a direct speech. She said, "I don't speak Italian." Notice how it's written. Okay, she said, and now the actual words of the speaker. But before writing the actual words of the speaker, it is preceded by a comma. Then the actual words are enclosed by an open and closed quotation marks or speech marks. So, comma, followed by an open quotation mark. The actual words begin with a capital letter, and then it ends with a punctuation mark before it is enclosed by the closed quotation mark. Whereas in the indirect speech, it is written this way. She said that she didn't speak Italian. The comma is no longer there. It is replaced by the conjunction that, and you won't see the open and closed quotation marks anymore. Okay. And this is not capitalized because we don't focus on the exact words of the speaker, but on the message, which is she didn't speak Italian. Let's find another example. Here, he says, "I walk to work every day." It's the same way that the exact words are enclosed by the open and closed quotation marks. And then it is preceded by a comma. Whereas in the indirect speech, you don't find the comma, you don't find the open and closed quotation marks. And it is not capitalized because there are no, these are not the exact words of the speaker. Okay. So how do we change the direct speech to an indirect speech? The first step is to make note of the reporting verb that is used to decide the tense of the indirect speech. The girl says Mona loves to cook. The reporting verb here is says, which is in the present tense form. When you write that in indirect speech, take note, because of the reporting verb which is in the present tense, when you change the actual words, the tense is retained. So here, Mona loves to cook stays as Mona loves to cook, which is both in the present tense. Whereas if the reporting verb is in the past tense, look here, the girl said Mona loves to cook. The reporting verb is in the past tense. So when you write it in the indirect speech, it becomes this way. The girl said Mona loved to cook. So the tense here in the actual words does not get retained. It has to backshift. It has to move one tense backward. And I'll explain in the next video what is meant by backshifting the tense.